Hello everyone, welcome to Numeriq Learning. In today's video, let us solve some important questions from the chapter Arithmetic Progression. Let's get started. So the very first question is, in an arithmetic progression, you are given the common difference is -4. N means the number of terms, which is 7. And the last term, which we call it the nth term, that is an is equal to 4. You have to find a. A refers to the first term. So let me write it here. A is the first term of an arithmetic sequence or an arithmetic progression. An stands for the last term or the nth term. N refers to the number of terms. And D refers to the difference between any two consecutive terms. So it's called the common difference. Right? So given all of these, we have a formula to calculate. So suppose the nth term an is equal to the first term plus n minus 1 into d. This is the nth term formula. Nth term formula. So you can just substitute all the given values and you can find out your a. An is 4. So 4 is equal to a, which we don't know, plus n minus 1, that is 7 minus 1 into d is minus 4. So this is nothing but 4 is equal to a plus 6 into minus 4. So this is nothing but 4 is equal to a minus 24. And a is equal to, which implies a is equal to 4 plus 24, which is equal to 28. So 28 is the first term. Then that is what is asked. Okay. Always remember, this particular formula is an important formula in your arithmetic progression. Your nth term, that is your last term, can be calculated if you have any arithmetic progression. So for example, you have your arithmetic progression as say 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Here this is your a. The first term is your a. Right? What is the common difference? The difference between the second and the first. 4 minus 2. It's again 2, which is your d. And the nth term is the last term. Say for example 20 is the last term. This is your an. So if you know your a, that is your first term, if you know your common difference, and if you know your last term, you can find out n. If you know your nth term, and if you know your number of terms and the common difference, you can find out a, like in this question. So there are 4 things. One is the nth term, the first term, the number of terms, and the common difference. Any 3 of it, if you know, you can find the 4th one. So please remember that this formula is very, very important. Right? The nth term formula is very, very important. Please remember it, make a note of it. Let's move on to the next question. Yes, here also it's the same thing. In an arithmetic progression, you are given 3 things. First term, common difference, the total number of terms is given to you. You have to find the nth term. Let's use the formula. So we know an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Let's substitute. You have to find an, which is your nth term of the AP. A is nothing but 3.5 plus n is nothing but 101 minus 1 into d is your 0. So this term will become 0. 0 multiplied by any number is 0. So it's nothing but 3.5 plus 0, which is 3.5. That's your nth term. That means the difference is 0, right? There is no difference between the terms. So your AP is nothing but, it's going to be the same term, 3.5, 3.5, and it goes on. The last term will also be 3.5. The difference between any two terms is 0. That means the terms are repeated in this particular sequence. Let's move on to the next question. The list of numbers. You are given a list of numbers. You are asked whether it is an AP. And if it is an AP, you have to find the common difference. Let's do it. So this is a given sequence of number. So this is your first term, A1, second term, third term, and fourth term. Right? So let's find out the first difference. the common difference. A2 minus A1. What is A2? Minus 6 minus A1 is minus 10. So this is minus 6 plus 10, which is 10 minus 6, which is 4. Let's find out what is A3 minus A2. So minus 2 minus of minus 6, which is minus 2 plus 6, again plus 4. Let's calculate the fourth term minus the third term. Fourth term is 2 minus of minus 2, which is 2 plus 2. Minus into minus is plus, which is again 4. So what do we see? The common difference D is constant. Right? It's the same across all the terms. Therefore, the given sequence is an arithmetic progression. The given sequence is an arithmetic progression with common difference D is equal to plus 4, and that's your answer. Okay, this is how you have to write. You have to confirm whether the given sequence of numbers is an arithmetic progression or not, and that is calculated by, you can confirm it by calculating the common difference between the consecutive terms. Okay, so A2 minus A1, this should be equal to A3 minus A2, that should be equal to your A4 minus A3. Since the common difference is the same, therefore the given sequence is an arithmetic progression with the common difference D is equal to plus 4. Let's move on to the fourth question. Find the 11th term of the AP. So you're already given that the given sequence is an arithmetic progression. Let us find out the difference. Okay, the first term A1 or A is equal to minus 5. Common difference will be the second term, that is minus 5 by 2 minus the first term, which is nothing but minus 5 by 2 plus 5. Take the LCM. LCM is 2, so minus 5 plus 10, which is 5 by 2. That's your D, which is common difference. So what is your nth term formula? Nth term will be equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So your 11th term, A11 will be equal to A plus 11 minus 1, that is 10D. Just substitute. A is minus 5 plus 10 multiplied by D is nothing but 5 by 2. Right? So you can cancel. This will be equal to minus 5 plus 25, which is equal to 20. Therefore, A11, that is your 11th term, is equal to 20, and that's your answer. Right? Let's move on to the next question. Write the first 4 terms of an AP whose first term is minus 2. That means your first term is minus 2 and the common difference is minus D. So your A1 is nothing but minus 2. It's given. What is your A2? A2 will be A1 plus D. A1 is minus 2 plus D is nothing but again minus 2. So which is minus 2 minus 2, which is minus 4. This is your second term. Let's fill it up here. Minus 4. What is your third term? It will be second term plus D. What is your second term? Minus 4. Again, plus your D. D is minus 2. So it's minus 4 minus 2, which is minus 6. What is your fourth term? A3 plus D. The third term plus the common difference. So minus 6 plus of minus 2, which is minus 8. So what is the AP? Minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, and so on. You have to calculate the first 4 terms. So these are the 4 terms, and that's your answer. Let's move on to the next question. Find the 21st term of the AP whose first 2 terms are minus 3 and 4 respectively. So you are given an AP and the first 2 terms are minus 3 and 4. Okay. And so on. It goes on. So what is your A? A is the first term, which is minus 3. What is D? The common difference. Second term minus the first term, which is 4 plus 3. That is equal to 7. That's your common difference. If you know A and D, you can find out any nth term. So therefore, we know AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. What are you asked? 21st term. So n is 21. What is A? Minus 3 plus n minus 1. 21 minus 1 is 20 multiplied by D. D is 7. So this is nothing but minus 3 plus 2 into 7 is 14. So 140 minus 3, which is 137. So that's your 21st term. 21st term of the AP is given by A21 is equal to 137, and that's your answer. Let's move on to the next question. Find the sum of n natural numbers. What do you mean by natural numbers? Capital N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will go on, right? All the counting numbers are called natural numbers. What is your first term here? It's just 1. What is the common difference? 2 minus 1. It's again 1. Find the sum of n natural numbers. What is Sn? The formula is n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula for calculating the sum of the first n terms. Sum of the first n terms. Remember it. So this is equal to n. We don't know what is the n. We are just asked to find out a generic expression for finding out the sum of first. N could be anything. N could be 500, n could be 223, n could be any value. So you have to find the general expression for sum of first n natural numbers. So let's keep the n as it is. 2 into a is 1 plus n minus 1 into d is also 1. So just solve it. So you have n by 2 multiplied by 2 plus n minus 1. So this is equal to n by 2 multiplied by what is 2 minus 1? It's 1 plus n. And that's your answer, right? So you can write it as it like n into n plus 1 by 2. This is the sum of all n natural numbers. That's your answer. So this is a generic expression. So if you have to calculate the sum of first 10 natural numbers, you can just substitute the value of 10 into 11 by 2. That's the easiest way to calculate the sum of any n natural numbers. I hope it's clear. Let's move on to the next question. Two APs have the same common difference. The first term of one of these is minus 1 and that of the other is minus 8. Then find the difference between their fourth terms. Again, there are two APs. This is your first AP and this is your second AP. Okay. The first AP, the first term is given as minus 1. For the second AP, let's keep it as A1 dash. It's equal to minus 8. Right? The common difference, we don't know. It's the same between the two APs. You have to find the difference between the fourth term. So here you have your A4 is equal to A plus 3D. Right? A1 plus 3D. Here you will have your fourth term. We will just put a dash here. Is equal to A dash or A1 dash plus 3 into D. Right? Let's substitute. What is A here? Minus 1 plus 3D. This is your fourth term in the first AP. The fourth term in the second AP would be minus 8 plus 3D. You have to find the difference between the fourth terms. So therefore, the difference, that is A4 minus A4 dash, will be equal to, just subtract minus 1 plus 3D. This is the first one minus the second one, minus 8 plus 3D. So you have got minus 1 plus 3D, minus into minus is plus 8, minus into plus is minus 3D. Again, plus 3D minus 3D would get cancelled. 8 minus 1 is 7 and that's your answer. So the difference between their fourth term is plus 7. Okay, please make sure you do it. So all of these questions are super important. Make sure you're practicing and doing it. Let's move on to one last question of today's daily practice. Yeah. Find the value of n if the numbers n minus 2, 4n minus 1 and 5n plus 2 are in AP. You have to find the value of n, right? So let the first term be A. So A is equal to n minus 2. The second term be B, which is 4n minus 1. And let C be equal to the third term, which is 5n plus 2. Correct? We know that since A, B, C are terms of an arithmetic progression, therefore, the common difference, that is B minus A, will definitely be equal to C minus B. Let's rearrange it. So B, okay, I'm writing this B as it is. Minus B will go to the LHS, will become plus B. Okay, is equal to C. Again, minus A will come to the RHS, it will become plus A. So 2B is equal to C plus A. Let's substitute. So 2 into what is B? 4n minus 1 is equal to C. That is 5n plus 2 plus A is n minus 2. Just solve it. So it's 8n minus 2 is equal to 5 plus 1, 6n plus 2 minus 2 gets cancelled. So you have 8n minus 6n is equal to plus 2. So 2n is equal to 2 or n is equal to 1. Right? What is the value of n? Therefore, the value of n is 1. That's your answer. Okay. So what you have done here is common difference. The common difference is the same. So you have to write it here. What you have calculated by doing B minus A, C minus B is nothing but finding out the common difference, which is denoted by D, but I'm not writing D because it should not be confused with the variables here. Okay, so because the common difference is the same in an AP, therefore we are just finding the difference. So B minus A will be equal to C minus B. Rearranging the terms, you are taking all B to one side, C plus A. Substitute the value of B, C and A and find out your n. N is equal to 1. So if you put n equal to 1 here, you will be getting an arithmetic progression or an arithmetic sequence. We did 9 questions from AP today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I hope you liked it. I hope you understood all of these questions. Let me know if you have any doubts. And see you all in another video. Till then, take care and happy learning. Thank you.